Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another first look video. Today we're going to be checking out House Flipper. Now this is not the type of game I normally play on the channel here, but I got a code for it, and I was intrigued because my mom and my girlfriend's mom are like always watching these House Flipper shows on TV. And so I was kind of intrigued, and when I sat down to just kind of check it out and get a feel for the controls, I actually got pretty carried away with it. There's more to the game than I was expecting, and I've actually really enjoyed my time with it so far. So I'm going to be jumping in a few hours into the game. I think I have about 5 hours at this point, but rather than showing you guys the initial gameplay, I'm going to show you more what I think most people would be coming to this game to find. And that is like the actual house flipping stuff, because when you start out, you're more of a handyman doing very limited sort of menial tasks, and you sort of build up to being able to, you know, flip your own houses. So rather than showing you sort of like the very limited gameplay at the beginning, I'm going to show you more of like what the open-ended part of the game looks like. So without any further ado, let's dive on into my save game. Alright, so here we are at my dirty little hovel that we call a home. My biggest complaint so far about the game has to be the performance issues. Right now everything is fine, but as we get into bigger homes with more moving pieces, you'll notice the frame rate kind of drop considerably. And this is not a early access game, mind you. This is considered the full release, although they are actively updating it. So that's really my only complaint so far. But anyways, let's go inside. So this is where you live. You can play around with it, but I haven't been able to actually expand the house yet. If I can, I will definitely update you guys on that. But I wanted to, you know, fill out this lot with an awesome house. I am like a professional house flipper now, obviously, and it'd be nice to be able to upgrade my own home. You know, I wouldn't trust a contractor who lived in this little shack. Anyways, this laptop here is basically what you're always going to be working through when you're here. This is where you find houses to buy and also jobs to do. So when you get started with the game, mail is where you're going to want to head to first. This is a list of jobs that you can do. If you click one, it'll basically give you a description of the job, and then if you hit accept, it takes you straight there. If you do not want to be doing jobs, you can go to browser, and this is where you'll buy homes that you can flip. So we're going to be flipping a house today, obviously. I'm not sure how you can... You might be able to sell this house. I don't know, to be honest. Maybe that's why I haven't been able to upgrade it. But I did flip one so far, the abandoned house. This is what I bought it for. I think I sold it for a little over 50, so I actually made a decent profit. We're going to try to be doing something similar here. We'll do the burned house, I think. Just because this will be fairly small and quick. So I have almost 100,000 at this point. From these jobs, you slowly earn more and more money. An average job from my email thing at this point pays me about 10,000 per job, if not a little bit more. It really depends on what the job is. But you start making like $500 to clean a garage, like installing a toilet or something, and then you work your way up to more comprehensive projects, I guess, where you clean an entire house and install a bunch of furnishings, or basically renovate the entire thing for a homeowner. Anyways, let's go ahead and buy this. We bought a new house. Do you want to go there right now? Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so I just learned something. When you're in a house you bought, press escape, and in the options menu you will see the move the office button. So you can actually move into a house you buy and renovate. That's cool. That's exactly what I was wondering about before, so that's good to know. It actually didn't tell me this the first time I did it. Anyways, here we are at our new house that we're going to try to renovate. So the first thing we're going to be doing, and the first thing you'll be introduced to when you start the game, is cleaning. Now, my cleaning tools are going to look a little bit different than yours, because I do have some upgrades. There actually are RPG mechanics in this game. So if you press tab and you go to perks, there's actually different skill trees that you can improve. And it looks like I actually did level up my negotiation. So let's see. Let's upgrade that. So there's negotiation, cleaning. If you're getting started, I recommend going with penetrating vision first above all else, because it can be really difficult to see some of the dirt in this game. You can actually lose money by not being able to clean all of it. So by getting this all the way leveled up, I can actually see where all the dirt is on the map, and that really helps me deal with it all. I'm actually going to upgrade my mop to the Ultra Hyper Mop, whatever. Anyways, we'll upgrade it, and you'll actually see that change on the tool in a second. You can see it's red now. We'll look at the actual mop in a second. But there's also demolition, which helps you tear stuff down faster. Painting. I recommend paint more. When you start out, you literally have to paint one little strip of wall at a time. This allows me to paint like entire sections of wall at a time. And it's actually a lot more useful than the instant painting is. Because this just speeds up the progress of doing that one little section. Whereas I'm painting at the same rate as before, but I'm doing 4 times the area. So even though it seems kind of weird, I'm actually painting faster with this. And then obviously combining those two is pretty ideal. Building. Honestly, building is not that big a deal. You don't do a lot of it early, so I haven't found any of these to be like critical to my success. Handyman is kind of nice because plastering, for example, does take a while. You do a lot of mounting, especially early on. Apparently exposed radiators are like a huge thing in this universe, which is weird 'cause I'm American. I don't think I've ever seen an exposed radiator in a house, but in these houses there's like 3 in every room, so you're going to be doing a lot of mounting. We'll speed up our plastering though, because that can get very tedious. Alright, so here we go. We got a new mop, and so we're just going to start cleaning to get started here. I'm going to probably have to get rid of a lot of this junk here, but let's get all the filth off the outside of the house first. There we go. So yeah, you're going to be doing a lot of this, especially in the, well, you know, pretty much throughout the entire game you're going to be scrubbing dirt off of stuff. But I don't want to bore you guys with that too much, so let's head inside and see what we're working with. Clean some of this off. We'll go to our remove tool to get rid of some of this trash. Man, this is rough looking. You can see the frame rate starting to drop already as we move inside here. But what the hell happened here? Obviously there was a fire. I mean, you would think it'd be a kitchen fire, but the kitchen actually doesn't look that bad. And that opens up to the bathroom. This is a strange layout too. A lot of these houses have really, really awkward layouts. Let's get this out of the way. I'm actually going to take my cell tool out and just get rid of these doors, because right now they're pissing me off. And we'll put nicer ones in later anyways. So, let's see. I'm probably just going to remove everything, to be honest. Now, you can, if you want, just keep this tool out and it will get rid of the trash for you. But you might accidentally sell stuff that's usable, so that's kind of the trade-off there. But for now, I'm going to keep it out because I don't think I'm going to keep any of this, to be honest. So this is actually a bed. I'm just going to scrap that. Let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of that. And I think that is sort of the basis of our room here. We're going to need all new floors in here. This is actually pretty bad. In the last house I renovated, we were actually able to salvage the floors, but that is not going to be the case here. So we'll get rid of all this, and you can actually see, if you look at the mini-map, you'll see the dirt disappearing. And again, that skill is incredibly useful, because otherwise a lot of this stuff you wouldn't be able to distinguish from you know, other parts of the house. Now, window cleaning is separate. You can't actually clean the windows with this, although there can be dirt on the sill that you'll need to get with this. And that's another place where the perks really come in handy. Is the initial window cleaning implements are really a pain in the ass. I've got this upgraded one, which makes things go a lot more quickly, but the controls are kind of finicky, and when you start out, the squeegee you get is really tiny. So as you upgrade, you get a bigger one, and it speeds things up for you quite a bit. It also just makes it easier in general. I'm going to get rid of that shower. I'm going to get rid of this toilet because it's filthy. Let's get rid of that sink too, and we'll just start from scratch in here. We'll get rid of you guys too. That can go. Oh god, that ceiling. You know what's weird? That oven actually looks like it's in pretty good shape. I might keep that. But let's scrub the ceiling down. Oh man, that was like night and day. Probably not going to have a fully tiled kitchen like this either. Are those trash? Yeah, that's trash. Okay. This is the first time I've worked inside a burned house, so some of this stuff is new to me. Get rid of that too. All this stuff needs to go. Alright, so now that we've kind of got this area cleared out, there's still a lot that we have to do, obviously. If you look at the mini-map, you can see there's still quite a bit of black marks and stuff on there. But I'm not going to worry about this too much, because as we start painting and stuff, it'll actually be a lot easier to spot a lot of the dirt. And so if you're struggling to see dirt and stuff, I recommend, cleaning the area up first, and then you'll have a much better idea of what you're dealing with. It's funny, this layout is actually very similar to the layout of the last house I did. Let's see. So that actually goes to the bathroom right there, doesn't it? You know what I'm going to do? Get rid of that light switch, and I'm actually going to knock down the wall right here. Let's see, that's where the toilet was. The shower was there. Yeah, I'm going to knock down this wall. And we're going to have, let's see here. This will be the main living space. I think this wall is going to go. This will be the bedroom, and the bedroom's going to open up into the bathroom. How about that? That makes the most sense to me. So that wall can stay. This wall is going to go. This stuff is probably going to shift over to this wall. And we're going to close this off and have the door open this way instead. So let's smack this wall down. My strength isn't very high, so I have to actually hit stuff multiple times. Okay, so that's starting to fall through. Let's knock this one out now. I think the doors are 4 wide, so maybe one more. Like that. Come on, get out of there. Get out of there. Uh-oh. Don't want to break too many. And we got to go all the way up, too. There we go. Alright, now just got to get that little bit out of the way there, and we're done. Okay, so that's our new doorway. Now, to make this a proper doorway, we need to actually add these lintels here. Now, I have a perk that lets me add them already painted. If you don't have this perk, they show up as brick and you have to paint over them, but mine spawn in as white. Oh, wait, you have to hold it. My bad. So we'll drop these in, and they're basically just these little things up here that go above the doorways. I believe it's the same for windows, but I haven't actually added windows to a house yet, so those might work differently. Alright, so there we go. Now we can add a door there. And I'm actually going to demolish the ones up here because we're going to add full walls to this side. Yeah, I really need the demolition perks. I'm not really making a whole lot of headway here. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to take the full walls. And again, that perk lets me build them already painted. So we'll add them in here. And then we can start adding in appliances. Now, generally what I would recommend is doing the floor and the walls before you add in any appliances, because they can kind of make painting and stuff really annoying. But for now, just to make sure I show you guys a little bit of everything, I'm going to do it first. So all of our outlets in this house are going to be burnt out. You can tell by the fact that they're dirty and it says assemble. If, for example, I think they're all going to be bad in this house, but if you have one that's not, when you hover over it, it won't say assemble. It won't say anything. So it looks like they're all bad in this house. But let's go ahead and start with the one in the bathroom, and we'll kind of work our way around. When you're renovating like this, you're going to be later in the game, so you'll probably have your own way of doing things, but early on what I suggest is just doing everything in the room. When you're doing a job, not a renovation like this, on the right hand side you'll have a column telling you everything you needed to do, and it'll sort it by room. So when you go into a room, just do everything you need to do in that room. Start with cleaning, then just kind of work your way up. Finish that room and then move on to another room, and it'll make your life a lot easier. When you're renovating like this, it doesn't give you that, because this is essentially like free build mode when you're doing renovations. So it's really up to you what order you want to go in and what you want to do. You could do nothing and just try to sell the house as is. You could do very little. You could completely overhaul the thing. The way that installation and stuff works is you're basically just clicking on highlighted things and letting that animation play out effectively. So it just kind of prompts you to go through. But interestingly, if you know what the next thing is, you can actually do these in any order you want. So see how this one's highlighted? I can actually hold that one and do that one first, and then I can do that one. And then rather than moving onto these screws like it wants me to, I can actually do the third one and then just do all the screws at once. But there's only so much freedom you have with that. And then we'll go ahead and pop this back in, screw it to the wall, and these are definitely not American outlets. Let's pop that back on there. And then there we go. We got a fresh new outlet in this bathroom. All right, now we need actual appliances. So we're going to press tab and go to the store. And we'll start with the toilet. So what I recommend here is just leaving it on all and typing in what you're looking for. When you have to install specific things for a job, it will tell you the exact name they want installed. So if you type it into the search bar, it'll narrow it down to specifically what you're looking for. So in this case, you know, it's up to us. We can build whatever we want. I'm just going to do a regular toilet in here. And it'll automatically sort of jump it onto wherever the mounting point is. So in this case, it's that little pipe there. So if we hover it over there, it'll go from red to the actual model, indicating that that can be placed there. And if we left click, it'll buy it. So now there's a toilet there, but it's not actually assembled. We have to assemble it ourselves. So we press E, and this is just like with the outlet. We have to click on things in order to install them. And with a toilet, I think it's pretty straightforward. We just pop stuff on, and there it is. So there, we got a nice new toilet. We're going to want to do a shower next. The shower is much more complicated. There's actually only one shower in the game right now, and it's this one. And this has a lot more parts to it, so you guys will get to see a pretty lengthy assembly on this one. But again, it's the same thing. It's not like there's any challenge to it. It's just more patience than anything. But clicking the blue highlighted stuff when it prompts you to do so. And it's kind of cool because you actually get to see how some of this stuff goes together. I don't know how accurate a lot of it is, but in my experience, for the most part, it is. Alright, and then we'll pop that on. Mount the fittings. There you go. And then we'll fasten them. Okay, what's this? Glass panels, right. And then the little door fittings. Weird, I had to do that one in order. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Skip around, that is. But all the same, you know, just if you just do... Actually, no, I guess I can. Okay. Maybe I just didn't get the hitbox dead on or whatever. But yeah, if you just follow the blue highlight that prompts you, it's pretty straightforward. And then we'll add on these corner pieces. And then the top. Another door fitting. And I think it's just the bottom and we're done. But yeah, some things are... Oh, guess we got to do the other side too. Some things are much more complex than others, as you can see with this one. There we go. So there's our nice new shower. And then we can add a sink in here as well. We should probably do that now, just so I don't forget. So let's see. Sink. Not a sink. Just anything with a sink. God, I can't type today. Let's see. I'm going to do something like this. You can just do a regular mountable sink. These actually have to be directly placed on that right there, so you can't place them anywhere you want. However, with the other types of sinks, like this one for example, you can place it sort of... Actually, no, that one has to be on there as well. Some of them you can place wherever. Like this one, the kitchen sink, for example. This will let me pop it in wherever I want to. So that doesn't need plumbing. But the other ones did. I kind of like this better, but I don't have a wall there. And so that's going to be weird. Like, you don't want to open a door into the corner of a shelf. That would be bad. And I don't think you can move these. I've never been able to anyways. So I'm just going to do a regular little sink, I think. That rhymed. That's not great either though, is it? Maybe I'll do a kitchen sink and just try to hide it. So what I wanted to do is knock out these walls and have sort of an open floor plan, as they say. So let's just smash these things. Technically, once the wall cracks, it's down. It's just that they don't always fall down until you destroy some of the other walls holding it up. So by doing that... here we go. Need a little bit more. They should go down eventually. And they'll slowly despawn after they've been shattered. But as you level up your demolition skill, this will happen much more quickly. Let's clear that one out too, and that little bit there. And then we'll get the stuff above where the door was. It's interesting, again, this layout is exactly the same layout I dealt with before. Hopefully there's more variety. I'm sure there is. These are like the smallest houses you can possibly find. That's why I've been starting with them. There we go. But as you get to bigger houses, obviously the layout would have to be different. Alright, so this will be the little kitchen area. We'll have like a small dining area here and then some living space with a TV maybe. Or maybe we'll put the TV in the bedroom. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Right. I wish I could remove this because I don't think a radiator is really necessary in a kitchen. And it's actually going to limit my building space. Because I can't build in this little tiled area here because the radiator is going to stick out. And even if the radiator is not there, the plumbing and stuff for it will. What sort of kitchen stuff do we have? Now, if you're looking for things to add to a specific room, but you don't have anything specific that you're looking for, you can sort stuff by room. So for example, we can just go to kitchen and decide from here. That's kind of nice. But would that even fit in here? That's the real issue. Not with that radiator, no. Bummer. Alright. So we'll have to do smaller pieces then and kind of work around it. Kitchen, island with sink. What's that look like? Alright, so that's more if you're setting up like a bar in your kitchen. It's not going to work in this one. That's going to be too big. Although that would probably have worked if I'd done it there, maybe? You know what? I'm kind of curious now. Let's move you. And we'll see if we can squeeze that in here. Just drop anywhere. There you go. And let's get you out of the kitchen as well. Sure. Okay, let's try one of these. Beechwood. Honestly, I just want to see if it fits, so I'm not going to worry about the finish right now. Spin that around, and maybe we can get it to fit in here. I don't think it will, because I think that radiator is still going to be in the way. Oh, maybe not. That would be kind of cool. And we can extend that wall just to make sure the cabinet isn't like floating in the air. But then where the hell do we put a refrigerator in here? That's going to be the real trick. And then obviously the oven won't fit. But there's ways around that. There's actually countertop ovens we can use. So maybe we'll do this instead. Because I think that uses the space a lot more effectively. Yeah. Alright, so what can we do here? We can do white with dark walnut, chestnut, I don't know. There's so many options for a lot of these. It's pretty... I was actually surprised with the amount of detail you can get into here. Let's do like white with some dark. Maybe we'll just do all white. How about that? That'll look nice and clean. Yeah, we'll just do all white. It'll be easier to match stuff to it. Alright, so is that all the way back there? This is going to be real expensive, but we're going to do it. And that does leave a little bit of room for the radiator. Again, I can bring this wall out. As far as the refrigerator goes, maybe we'll just bring this out a little bit further and put the fridge next to it. So we can do something like that. And we'll just make the wall extend so that those aren't sticking out too far. And then for the oven, what we'll do is if we go into just the regular kitchen stuff, I believe... No, I think it's under appliances actually. Yeah, so we can actually do like a 4-burner thing just on top of this wherever we want. So we can make that the oven essentially. Well, that's a stove, not an oven, but it's a cooked surface, you know, so they'll be able to cook in here. Also, we can throw down a microwave. Give them, you know, the important stuff. So we could do something like that. I'm going to cut here and do a little bit of the work. Because obviously we'll be here all day if I sit here and, you know, go through my entire thought process on how I do this. But I will show you guys how to refloor stuff. I'll show you guys how painting works. So I'll make sure to cover a little bit of everything, but I don't want to take forever to make this episode. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I finished the layout of the kitchen more or less here. I've got a microwave, coffee maker, did all the countertops and stuff. You guys got to see that. And then I went ahead and added some lintels all along the top of this just so they didn't stick out quite as far. I thought it looked a little bit weird how it was before. And then that left me a little bit of a recess here to actually put the refrigerator in. It's not quite flush against this because I felt like that didn't look realistic. So we're going to do some floors now. Floors are actually one of the easier things in this game because you effectively just draw an area and it fills it in for you. So we're going to do wooden floors, I think. We got dark, brown, there's also like carpet. There's actually not that many options for floors actually, but we'll just do this dark wood. And we'll start Well, let's do this little area here first. So you left click and then drag, and we'll do that little bit there, and then let's do the larger room area here. So we'll do all of that. There we go. It's a nice color wood, and then we'll bring that into here as well. Do we want to do the kitchen with wood floors, or do we want to have those like tiled or something? Honestly, I think wood floors are probably fine. In a small house like this, I doubt you'd have like a bunch of different floors. So there we go. And there's all the floors in here done. Now if we wanted to, we could bring that into the bedroom as well. But I feel like some carpet would be nice in the bedroom, right? So we'll do... I don't know. I guess it depends on the colors and stuff we paint. But we'll just do beige for now. Flooring's pretty inexpensive, so you can change it and not lose too much money. Let's see, so 50 bucks. That's not so bad. I was worried it would be darker, but that's actually fine. So there we go. There's our bedroom floors done, and then the bathroom will definitely be tiled. I don't know what we'll do for those yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. And now we need to do walls. We got to paint stuff. So let's look at the different colors. There's actually quite a few. There's like at least 6 different blues, if not more than that. I think like how dark is the darkest red? Like a burgundy color would be good. Ah, here we go, bloody red. Let's try that. So we'll buy a can. So what I recommend for painting when you're on this like sort of free play mode is buy a couple different colors. The cans are only $20 a piece, so it's really not that much money. And then if we say grab a little bit of paint on here, so you hold left click and load your roller, and then just paint a wall with it and see if you like the look of it. So I can actually do 4 walls at once if I drag across them like that. And you know what, we should probably do a lighter color in here, because I'm realizing now it's such a small space. If we paint it with dark walls, it's going to look even smaller. So this is a good example. We tried a color, decided against it. So if you go to your sell tool, you can actually sell this for most of what you paid for it. So if you try a few colors, you're not going to lose that much money. But if you paint an entire room and decide later it's not what you wanted, you're going to spend a lot more money that way. So buy a couple different colors, try them out, throw them on the wall, see how they look. And then if you don't like it, just sell it for 15 bucks. You only lost like $4. Whereas if you use 5 cans of this stuff to paint an entire house and realize you don't like the color, well, it's a little late, isn't it? So we'll keep our paint tool out. Let's see about maybe something different. We could do like a light blue, maybe a light green. I don't know. Let's try like pistachio green. What other colors did we have in there? Sleepy blue. From my experience, this is a little bit darker than it looks based on that. Every person that you do a job for in this game likes sleepy blue, so you're going to get pretty used to that color. Let's try this indigo one. And what else do we have? Ripe pear. How about that lime color? I'm thinking green. I don't know why. Green's a good color, though. Supposedly green is good for your mental health, having rooms painted green. But anyways, we'll give it a couple shots. So let's load that up. And we'll paint this little part here. That's not a bad color. Let's do this one next. We'll do that next to it so we can compare them. And let's see. This is a little bit more yellowy. This is a little bit closer to the blue end of the spectrum. I don't mind either of those though. This looks like it's going to be darker. This is like a Kelly green almost, isn't it? Yeah. That might be too dark. And then this blue looks darker than I was expecting to. Oh, apparently we didn't get any blue on the roller there. There we go. I should have noticed. Yeah, that's like electric blue. I don't like that. Alright, so we're going to get rid of these. I think we're going to go with the first one. Get me some paint on there, and let's go ahead and cover all this mess up. Now, if you don't have the level ups I do, effectively what you're going to be doing is this. You're going to do one, then move on to the next one, and do another. So, obviously having the ability to go across 4 of them is really handy. When you're painting, especially when you're doing it for jobs, make sure you get all the little details, because you'll notice that you're missing areas that you haven't painted yet, and it'll be hard to tell what it is. It's these little ones here that'll probably get you. So you can see that is an area that we need to paint. So just do that whole thing right there, and then same thing on the other side of the window. This is a tiny little area you have to get, and then that one. And then obviously all around the window as well. So these are actually separate from the wall below, and these are separate from the wall above. So you have to do these. And then across here, they do require less paint, but you still need to make sure you get those. And then we'll come across this. Now for a house like this with a lot of small windows, I've obviously got to do a lot of that. But I'm going to go ahead and finish painting, and then I'll come back to you guys once we've finished. Alright guys, so the living room is fully painted, and the bedroom is as well. The bathroom has been floored, but I haven't done anything with the walls in there yet. I wanted to show you guys how to tile walls and stuff. So first thing we need to do is get out our tiling and paneling tool, and then buy some ceramic tiles. Make sure they're wall tiles, not floor tiles, because there's a difference. You can't put one on the other or vice versa. So we're going to do wall tiles. I'm going to do these green ones in behind here. So just sort of underneath the cabinets and stuff. I don't know how well this green's going to go with it, but we're just going to do it for the sake of doing it. So when you buy them, you'll be able to place a stack just like we got to place the paint buckets. So we have to pick up an actual tile, and then you basically just select it as if you were going to paint this area, and then hold it down, and he'll sort of butter it up with some adhesive and then slap it on the wall. And so we're going to do this behind this whole area. I wish there was lighter tiles, because honestly these don't really work like I would have wanted, but I just wanted to show you guys how that works. So yeah, we're going to slap some in here, and I don't know if I'm even going to keep this. Is there a better color maybe? Maybe these gray ones? We could try the dark. I mean, I don't want darker, but that looks... let's try these. These are kind of expensive though. You don't want to be messing around with these too much. But yeah, we'll slap some of these behind here. There we go. Do I like that better? Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, just to give you guys an idea of how that works. And they do run all the way up, but because I do have these here, you can't see it. So they're actually behind that. But, you know, nobody would ever know they came in here. I would say that's probably one of my other complaints with the game. And it's not really a complaint so much. It's just I wish there was more variety for things like this. Because in certain areas there are. Like you saw when we were customizing those cabinets, there was a huge variety of things that we could choose. But when it comes to like tile and wallpaper and stuff, there's actually not that many. So I don't even know if I'll bother with this. I might just go ahead and paint the rest of it with the paint here. But I just wanted to show you guys that that was a thing that we could do. We'll do the same thing in the bathroom here. I'm going to paint most of it, but behind the shower I feel like you'd want tiles. So we'll go ahead and tile that area. I was thinking of just carrying over this color into the bathroom, or at least a similar color. I don't know what sort of options we have. This is it ice blue or is it sky blue? I don't remember, to be honest. But maybe like a turquoisey color like that. And then if we did, for example, we don't want panels. That's like wood and stuff. Got your shiplap in there. You got to have shiplap. Although I don't think there's, maybe there's horizontal ones. Let's see what these actually look like. That's not so bad. So if we did these behind the shower, like so, and then if we painted around it, I think that would look pretty good. The problem here is it's going to be really difficult to get to those. Again, you want to generally finish the room before you start adding stuff into it. But I was kind of, you know, going against my normal, what's the word, like order of operations, just to show you guys everything. So, you know, I wasn't doing this how I would normally do it. Trying to be a little bit more efficient on time, or at least more efficient when I'm showing you guys stuff. But I'm actually, off camera, I'm actually taking my time doing a lot of this. So we'll wrap these around. We'll go a little bit out here just so you can see it. And then, if this looks half decent, we'll paint the rest of the walls. I don't know if there's a color that really works, though. That's not too bad. But it's not great either. But I just don't see a green that really works. Maybe the real dark green? Let's try this one. That might be closer. It looks more green than the tiles, though. So maybe it won't. Yeah, it doesn't matter that much. We could just tile the whole wall if we wanted to. But I'm trying to make it look realistic, and rarely do you see a bathroom that's got full wall tiles. Yeah, that's like way too green. I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll just tile the whole thing. Alright, so I'm putting in the doors now. I'm just going to use regular old white doors for all of these. That's the door to the bathroom. I think they look fine with these colors. So just going to have a few of these all throughout the house, wherever they enter, like a room that needs to be doored off. So the bedroom, for example. The front door is going to be changed to white as well, but we're going to do a proper front door for that. And then for the back door, I think I'll just use a regular old white door here as well. Let's see. I think I want... Actually, think I want that flipped around, to be honest. Why won't it place? I have to put it here? That's interesting. What if I did it this way? Because I want it flush with the exterior wall, because I don't want any of that showing. I don't want to have to paint it either. So if I could bring it out like that, that's perfect. Okay, so nice clean white door there. Perfect, and none of that dirty interior wall is showing, just like I wanted. So let's get rid of the front door. And same deal here. There's kind of, this gross stuff sticking out. So I want a front door this time. This one has a knocker on it. It's the only thing that makes it a front door. Unfortunately, it's not the layout I would want, but it's fine. It'll work. So we'll drop that in there. And again, that does show, which I don't like, but I can't really help that. Alright, well, it's good enough. So there we go. Doors are done. Now it's time to furnish this place, and I think I'm going to go ahead and paint over this before I do that. But I'm going to do all the furnishing off camera, and I'll just show you guys the end result. And then I think we'll go ahead and sell this house, see how much we make, and call it an episode. So I'm going to go ahead and get to that. Alright guys, so it's finally done. I realized I hadn't even considered the exterior yet, so I had to hurry and do that. But this is what the outside looks like. So the brick wraps around. You notice the performance has dropped considerably as well because of all the little bits I've added. But the brick wraps around this side, and then this paneling goes around the right and on the back, and that goes all the way up to the ceiling. Then we come inside, and here we have our sort of entry, plants, lamps, and all that good stuff. There's like a picture here on this little cabinet. Got the TV right here with the sofa taking up pretty much this entire area. There wasn't a whole lot of space to work with, obviously. So I had to forego a dining room. Into the kitchen. You guys have already seen this, but we finally have lights in here now, so you can see a little bit better. I finally did add a cooktop as well, so they have something to cook on. Then if we go into the bedroom, we can see that this is now furnished. So they've got like a little computer workstation here, bookshelves, little cabinets with more pictures on the walls, and of course a bed. Then if we go into the bathroom, let's open this the other way. There we go. So we have the toilet paper, blinds on all the windows, by the way. That took forever. Mirrors, more paintings, lights on the ceiling, all that good stuff. And so that is the finished product. Let's go ahead and try to sell this now before it like crashes or whatever. Right, so if we hit enter, we can go ahead and sell the house. We bought it for $34,000. Blah, 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 3 rooms, current budget. That's how much money I have right now. I've been working on this for quite a while, as you can see. I'm going to try to edit that down to about 35 minutes, but we'll see how that goes. Let's go ahead and auction it. Let's see. I don't really care about that. He's going to offer $42,000, so that wouldn't be a whole lot of profit for us. 44 there. 47. We'll probably get over 50. If that's the lowest, we'll do all right. It'd be nice if we can make about 20,000 on this. So that's 48. That would be 14,000. 50. Can we get 54? Maybe. Wait, it says no bathroom. We definitely have a bathroom. Well, we made 57. That's more than I was hoping for. It's going to be a little less than 20,000 because obviously there was expenditures beyond just the 34,000. It looks like I spent almost 6,000 on furniture. And then renovation was a little under 600. I don't know what exactly it considers renovation. Probably knocking down walls and buying new walls, stuff like that. But obviously furniture was the big expense there. We sold almost 1,500 worth of furniture, so we made some of that money back off the old crap. And then we did pretty well on the house itself, almost 58,000. So all in all, we made about 19. We can negotiate that. I don't know how this works, so let's go ahead and play with it and see. Proposed increase, so I can try to get him to give me up to 14,000 more. Let's just go for like an extra 2. Actually, we'll ask for an extra 1,100, and that'll bring us right in at about 20,000 even. So let's try that. Okay, he'll take it. Perfect. So we make a nice even 20,000. Let's go ahead and accept that. And we are back to our house whenever this loads. So I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Obviously, I've been recording for quite a while, and I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to edit this down. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. If you'd like to see more, as always, leave me a comment and let me know, because I'd be happy to play more of this on camera, although I don't know exactly how I would format that. Some suggestions for the game moving forward. I do really enjoy it. It's a very easy game to lose time in. As you can see, I've already been recording for 2 hours, and the first time I played, I actually played for a lot longer than I intended to. But there are still ways the game could be improved. I would like to see more variety in certain things. Obviously, with certain furniture and designs, it's fairly limited, especially like exterior stuff. So adding in more variety there would, allow people to customize stuff further, or better yet, open it up to modding and let us add our own stuff, because that would be less work for them. Let us do all the heavy lifting, but then give us the customization and stuff that we want. The other thing, you can't currently do anything with landscaping, so even if you make a really nice house, you're going to have this really ugly yard around it. So that's something I'd like to see change as well. Also, the ability to and again, I'm not entirely sure if it's just a limitation imposed on me right now, or if it's a hard-coded, limitation in the game. But being able to change exterior walls, expand the house, that would be great, rather than being limited to the current land, or the current square footage, and just having to work with what's inside. Being able to expand to the entire bounds of this property would be great. What else? That's probably about it. I can't think of anything else, but I do really enjoy the game. I think it's $20 on Steam, so if this sort of thing interests you, I think it's definitely worth a pickup. If not, it might be worth grabbing on sale whenever the next Steam sale is, if it goes on sale, and seeing if maybe you like it, and if not, then of course you can always refund it. But again, I don't really enjoy this type of stuff, and I found myself completely lost in it, so I think there's a lot to say for that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Home Flipper with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for my next First Look video.